Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Kiddushin, page 7, which teaches us a very interesting case. We know, typically speaking, it's necessary when it comes to a valid marriage that the man has to do two things. He has to, first of all, give something of some monetary value to the woman, and in addition to that, he also has the obligation to say, Harei Mekudeshet, that you're married to me. Now, in the event where, let's say, she would do both. She would give him the money and say, I'm married to you. It does not work. However, there is a situation where even though she is the one that's giving him, he's not giving her anything, that it's still a good marriage, which is kind of hard to understand, because we know that it's necessary, based on the verse of Ki Kach Ish Isha, that the man has to give something to the woman and not vice versa. Now, in this situation, how can we ever say it's a good marriage, a good Kiddushin, if she gives him something and he gives nothing back? So in this, the Talmud says, in the event where the woman is giving something to who is called an Adam Chashiv, a very prominent, special, important person, and someone who is an Adam Chashiv who normally does not accept gifts. So even though it's true, she's the one that's giving something to him, so she is the one who's physically losing something. She is the one who is the giver. But the reality is, she will get a tremendous amount of satisfaction knowing that this man accepted her gift, so much so that that feeling of satisfaction also has some sort of value, and therefore she's actually going to be married, because even though she's the one that's giving, she's also receiving. Which, as I often use this to teach when it comes to all different matters, a lot of times in life, it looks like you have someone who is giving, but very often you're the one that's taking a lot more. And this, for example, is brought down in a different tractate in Makos. It says, I've learned a lot from my teachers. I learned even more from my colleagues, but from my students I learned the most, which is very interesting. That when it comes to a teacher, it looks like the teacher is the one who is delivering and giving information to the student, which is, of course, is the case. But the reality is that if you would ask a teacher, even though they're the ones that are giving, they're actually receiving so much more. So that is an idea that we find in numerous other places as well as in Parshas Truma, where it says Vayuchli Truma, where in fact we're giving money for the construction of the temple, for the tabernacle, and nonetheless we find it says, and you'll take from me. I should say giving. So this is the idea. And this is also true when it comes to the notion of giving in general. When a person gives a gift, a person has children, for example, and you give something to your child, of course, that child is receiving something, and you're losing something of some monetary value. But a father or a mother derives so much great feeling and benefit and satisfaction seeing that their child is enjoying the thing that you gave them. It makes you feel so good. That feeling is even more powerful than the few dollars that you lost, which is a very unbelievable fundamental concept, that in life, sometimes the greatest thing that you can do to make yourself feel good, the greatest gift that you could possibly give of yourself, is to give to others. When a person gives to another person and helps another individual, it doesn't have to be to your child, to anyone. If you give something to someone, which doesn't even have to be money, it could be your time, it could be a hello, a smile. If you can see that you've made someone else's day, that makes your day. And that's the idea here as well, that when she gave to this man something, because he was such a prominent individual, even though it looks like she was the one that was giving, she was really the one receiving.